I couldn't believe the words slicing through the cracked bedroom door. My hand glued to the knob like it was the only thing keeping me upright. There, in our cozy suburban home in Seattle, my husband Michael was on the phone. His voice a low murmur he thought was safe from prying ears, especially mine, since I'd been stone-deaf for weeks. Mom, I know it sounds bad, but her hearing loss could be the answer we've been waiting for, he said, each syllable hitting me like shards of ice. She can't hear a damn thing now. It's the perfect chance to finally get control and make that investment move. My knees buckled, but I didn't fall. This wasn't a dream. It was my nightmare coming alive. And for the first time in over a month, I could hear every treacherous word. Let me take you back to how this hell started. 5 weeks ago, I woke up in our queen-sized bed to absolute nothingness. No alarm buzzing. No rain pattering against the window, Seattle's constant companion, no hum of the coffee maker downstairs that Michael always set on timer. I bolted up, heart racing, and shook him awake. Michael, something's wrong, I tried to say, but my own voice echoed hollow in my head, like speaking underwater. His sleepy eyes widened as he realized I wasn't hearing him back. He grabbed his phone and typed, "Emily, can you hear me?" I shook my head, tears already blurring the screen. We sped to the ER at Harborview Medical Center, where after a battery of tests, Dr. Harrison, the otolaryngologist, broke the news. A brutal inner ear infection I'd been battling had triggered sudden sensory neural hearing loss, total deafness in both ears. "Any chance it'll return?" Michael asked, while I strained to read their lips. Dr. Harrison scribbled on a pad for me, "Possible, but no promises. We'll treat aggressively and watch." Those early days were a blur of terror. As a high school English teacher, my world revolved around voices, the chatter of students debating Shakespeare, the bell signaling class changes, the principal's announcements. Suddenly, it all vanished, and I had to take emergency leave. My classroom silent in more ways than one. I felt shrunk, isolated in a bubble where the world moved on without me. But Michael? He seemed like my anchor. He took FMLA time from his real estate job, learned basic sign language apps, communicated via texts and notes. He'd hold me through the nights when I'd sob into his chest, feeling like a ghost in my own life. His mom, Margaret, started dropping by more, bringing casseroles from her kitchen in Tacoma, sitting with me, jotting uplifting messages like, "You're tougher than you know, Emily. Michael and I have your back." I felt wrapped in their care, grateful amid the chaos. Yet, cracks appeared, subtle at first, like hairline fractures in ice. I'd enter a room, and Michael and Margaret would freeze mid-conversation, their faces snapping to polite masks. They'd smile, scribble something innocuous on the pad, but their eyes held shadows. Michael grew glued to his phone, angling it away from me. When I'd tap his arm and point questioningly, he'd type just work emails and pivot the topic. Margaret's visits stretched longer, their talks intense and hushed. I'd watch their lips move rapidly, expressions grave. But when I'd inquire via note, Michael would write, "Mom's stressing over her retirement portfolio." Boring stuff. Then came the mail. Michael began snagging it all, saying he was helping by sorting bills and accounts while I focused on healing. It felt considerate then. I trusted him blindly. 6 years married. No red flags, why question now? The deafness swallowed me whole. No more phone chats with my best friend Sarah. Just endless texts. Venturing out terrified me, crossing streets without hearing horns. Missing store clerks' calls. Vulnerability clawed at me, a constant whisper in my silent mind. Weekly check-ins with Dr. Harrison showed zilch progress. He'd tweak meds, run tests, but the audiograms flatlined. Until that pivotal appointment yesterday. Sitting in his sterile office, he examined my ears. Then his face lit up. He motioned for the headphones, and I braced for another void. But then, a faint tone pierced the silence. My jaw dropped. He tested again, beeps in both ears, growing clearer. "Emily," he said. And I heard him crystal clear. "This is incredible. Your hearing's back fully." Tears streamed as he explained the inflammation had finally subsided thanks to the intense regimen. A rare win. But then his tone shifted serious, with sudden recoveries like this. "I advise discretion. Don't broadcast it yet. Observe your surroundings. Ease into the sensory overload. Give yourself a day or two." I nodded. But unease gnawed at me. An instinct I couldn't shake. Driving home. The world roared back, engine rumble. Radio static. Seattle traffic's symphony. Joy should have flooded me. But dread lurked. Michael was home early, odd for him. He greeted me with a kiss. Wrote, "Doc visit? Any updates?" I could hear his breath. The distant ferry horn from Puget Sound. But I lied. Scribbling, no change. Same old. Why? That gut feeling screamed to wait. To listen unseen. That night, feigning sleep, I caught Michael whispering in the bathroom about timelines and the plan. And this morning, outside our bedroom, his call to Margaret shattered everything. My pulse thundered as I eavesdropped. Piecing the puzzle, a lawyer involved. Urgency in his voice. What the hell? I retreated to the bathroom. Ran the sink to mask my gasps. Mind spinning. My Michael, was scheming. And my helplessness was his key. Footsteps approached. I flushed. Composed myself. He stood there. All smiles. Noting, morning. Slept okay. I nodded. Wrote back about coffee. Playing the part while my world tilted. In the kitchen. Every sound amplified. Percolator drip. Fridge buzz. His upstairs pacing. He descended. Suited up. Kissed my cheek. Wrote, "Big client meeting. Home late. Love you. Love you too," I replied. The lie burning. As his Tesla pulled away, I overheard another call, "Mom." En route. Lunch review session. Alone. Coffee shaking in my grip. Panic surged. Police? For what eavesdrop suspicions? No proof. I needed facts. His home office beckoned. Unlocked as always. Desk pristine, laptop. Files. Our wedding photo from the Olympic Peninsula, blissful smiles mocking me now. Drawers yielded normals, statements, receipts. But the filing cabinet's bottom drawer hid an unlabeled folder. Inside, legal bombshells, power of attorney forms, competency evals, guardianship petitions. All bearing my name. Michael's note scrawled, document 6 to 8 weeks disability. Mom's deal closes December. Secure authority ASAP. Investment? Authority over me? Bank printouts showed unauthorized transfers, $85,000 siphoned from our joint account to an unknown one over weeks. Nausea hit. I photographed it all. Hands trembling. Emails with a lawyer named Lawson discussed my incapacitated state for financial control. Dry heaving in the bathroom. Betrayal boiled into rage. Then, the inheritance docs. My folks' estate from their tragic boating accident 3 years back, $200,000 saved for our future. Now down to $130,000. He'd pilfered from my parents' legacy. Fury ignited. Hot and unyielding. A car in the driveway, too early. I shoved files back. Exact positions. Dashed to the living room. Grabbed a novel. Feigned reading. Michael entered with Margaret. She home, she asked. Good. Michael. You sure about this? Papers filed. No backsies. I froze. Book open. Hearing every damning word as tension coiled tighter. Mom. We've hashed this out, Michael hissed. Irritation seeping through. The Lakeview Development's gold, old college buddy holding a slot. But I need $200,000 buy-in. It's in our savings, her parents' cash. Margaret hesitated. That's hers. Legally shared. But ours. Mom. Marriage means shared. My blood boiled. That money was my security. My folks' hard-earned gift. Not his gamble. The forms claim incompetence, she pressed. Deafness makes her temporarily unfit, he snapped casually. Cruelty dripping. What if hearing returns? Doc said possible. Pause. Months away. Or never. Deal closes soon. Triple returns in half a year. Replace the $200K plus profit, she'll praise my savvy. Tears welled. But I stayed statue still. They moved to the kitchen, fridge opened. Tea prepped. Sarah risk? Margaret asked. Nah. Just texts. No finance access. Kettle boiled. Lawson's ready? 2 p.m. finalization. Yep. Court files tomorrow. With her condition docs from Harrison. Judge greenlights in days. Full control then. Temporary guardianship, like I was incompetent. If you'd asked her. This way. No risk debates. It happens. Done. He knew it was wrong. But greed won. A knock, Sarah. Who? Michael grumbled. Peeking. Her friend. Damn timing. He opened. Chipper, Sarah. Surprise. Lunch for Emily, quick check-in. She pushed past. Nurse instincts sharp. Noting my pallor. Tears. She wrote, you okay? Upset vibe. Decision time, pretend or trust. Sarah. My rock since college. Through my parents' loss. I mouthed, I can hear. Her eyes flashed. But she played cool. Writing for show, feverish? Temp check. Phone angled. What's up? Cops? I typed. Michael's stealing inheritance. 2 p.m. lawyer for POA fraud. Evidence needed. Jaw set. She noted visibly. Rest up. Tomorrow. To Michael, lucky with such a hubby, sarcasm veiled. She left, but lingered nearby. Michael muttered, awkward. Don't need her today. Margaret, leave soon, review papers pre-Lawson. Grabbing briefcase. My window, texted Sarah, departing 1:30. Close by. Dots, lawyer pal on it. Wait. They exited, I counted. Then called Sarah. Emily. Your voice. Rage shared. Fraud details poured. Karen. Her lawyer friend on speaker. Fraud. Theft. Exploitation. Act now, photo evidence. Beat them to Lawson. Sarah rushed back. We raided the office. Snapped all. Forged SIGs. Transfers. Emails. Michael's notes on deafness opportunity. More. Margaret's complicit messages. Delusional thief, I whispered. Hollow. Clock ticking. 45 minutes. Karen, call Lawson from lot, halt filings. Sarah, face him. Parents' memory fueled me, yes. We sped to Lawson's downtown firm. From parking, Emily Thompson for Mr. Lawson, urgent re. Michael's 2 p.m. Receptionist balked. He said you can't phone due to condition. I hear fine recovered. Tell Lawson, proceed. Lose license. Here in 2. Lawson online, confused, husband cited your incapacity. Fraudulent. Evidence of forgery. Theft. Entering now. Michael's car arrived. Through glass. Our eyes locked, his confidence shattered to horror. He sprinted. Margaret clutched him. I faced the receptionist, Emily, to see Lawson, husband trailing. Doors burst. Emily. You. Here. Slowly turning. Yes. Michael. Heard everything. Lawson emerged. Conference room? No need. I'm competent. Unauthorized NEPOA. Let me explain betrayal? Deafness, solving problems? Stealing for Lakeview? Forgery. Margaret whimpered. Phone out, photos, fakes. $85,000 gone. Your emails. Lawson's alarm grew. Did you verify her? Silence. Riverside's legit. Return with profit. You'd never know. Because I'm helpless? Voice rising. Heard your plots. Intercepts. Sarah, police time, fraud. Michael begged, wife. Work out. Love you. You threw us away. Chose cash over care. To Lawson, divorce refs? Filing report. Please echoed. Money back today. Face consequences like I face silence. Your true self. Sarah guided me out. Enough. Margaret, he's my son, don't ruin him. He tried ruining me. Hearing returned just in time for truth. We headed to precinct. Reports filed. Divorce papers served days later. Michael lost his job. Face charges, probation. Restitution. Margaret distanced. But guilt lingered. Me? Therapy mended scars. But trust? Shattered forever. Revenge wasn't sweet, it was necessary. The price of seeing betrayal's face.